What's up, guys? It is Maxwell here today to talk a little bit about Fairplay, explain some things. What better place to do it than the Fairplay Police Department? I want to clear up some confusions that I guess I have left with how I put my last couple of videos. I'm also going to be talking about my very last video where I talked about Marshall's Kiss coming back. Apparently, that offended a lot of people. We're going to get into that a little bit later. Okay, guys, so let me explain something. We're gonna talk about fair play, obviously, and first of all, we've got a huge big circle here, or ellipsis, I guess, and this is actually the entire Clash of Clans community. So let's go ahead and actually name that, if we can. Please name that. Okay, this is the COC community. Okay, just so we know what that circle is supposed to be. Okay, so for this circle, for the Clash of Clans community, of course, we have the, let's make it a little bit smaller. Let's take this one. We have the supercell TOS terms of service, which of course means everybody has to play by that. However, within this circle, couple years ago, like whenever Clan Wars were out, and there was another circle building a much smaller circle. Gonna put that right here, and that one is gonna be, let's see, we're gonna call that one Champions War League. I'm intentionally not, although we say CWL to that, I'm intentionally not gonna call it CWL because that would just be confusing with Supercell CWL. All right, so we've got these two circles. And now, what is the difference in fair play in those? So the Champions War League right here, that is like an organization built by the players inside the game, obviously, but it was created for the highest level of competition in Clan Wars, okay? And for that, there was different rules that were obviously needed. So, for example, in the Champions War League, there is let me start with maybe the basis. So whenever you do a random war, like let's say you are in this big circle, okay, you're not in the Champions War League, you are in a big in this big circle and just a normal Clash of Clans player, which is most of the players, and that's actually something that I kind of forgot in one of my last videos too. 99% of the players are in this big circle, obviously, so this circle should be even smaller, but then you can read it. So 99% of the players, let me actually go ahead and put that down, actually, just so I don't forget. I'm gonna put that right here. This is 99% of the player base, okay? They are in this big circle right here. And obviously then we're gonna put here 1% of the player base. Okay, so you're in this big circle and you play your game casually, whatever. And then for some reason you want to go in the Champions War League because you're just, playing Clan Wars. You're the best player in your clan. You just feel like, man, this isn't it. I want to move, play against the best. So you go to the Champions War League, which is what I did. I think, I don't know, 2.5 years ago, whenever I joined Dark Looter C back in the day. Back then I was a casual. Not that that's, I'm gonna use that phrase more often, so I'm gonna put that here as well. That's not an insult. It's okay to play casual. At the moment, I'm playing the game casually as well. And I'm also gonna put another word here, just so it gets a little bit easier for me. This is pretty hardcore players, because inside the Champions War League, you just, like, there's enormous amount of effort compared to casuals, like the base building, the attack planning. Like on some Sundays, I would spend literally 12 hours on voice chat planning attacks, helping others attacking myself, playing several accounts, etc. So, like, there's a lot of differences, okay? So the Champions War League obviously also has other rules, different rules. For example, in the Champions War League, it's, as the name says, it's all about war, okay? So nobody's interested in farming. Nobody wants to talk about, whenever somebody talks about farming, there might be one or two people replying, but most people don't care about farming. They don't want to talk about it. It's just, it's irrelevant to them, okay? So in the Champions War League community, which is, I would say, to a certain amount separate from the bigger circle, from the from the casual players. Farming is like looked at completely differently. Okay, so it's something that eventually has to be done. Some people don't even want to farm; they just buy maxed out accounts so they don't have to farm. But nobody cares about farming. Where on the other side, of course, in the big circle, farming is a huge thing because that's what it's all about. Clash of Clans, yeah, the nature of the game. Farm your resources, build up your village, have a great, beautiful village with nice obstacles on the sides, whatever. That is all things that are interesting and relevant to casual players. But to the hardcore players, that is completely insignificant. Like they don't care about that. So what happened was, whenever the Champions War League was formed, there were rules, of course, formed for the Champions War League, and those rules are a little bit different from what the Supercell terms of service are, and that's also where, when I said fair play. So as mentioned, 99% of the players are casuals, 1% are the hardcore players, the players that put the effort in and also get the results, the best players in the game that play in the Champions War League. And I kind of forgot that when I made one of my last videos because I only said fair play and I forgot to make this difference. So what I'm trying to say is, for my subscribers, it's probably different because I know a lot of people out of the Champions War League subscribe to my channel and watch my videos. So for me, it's probably maybe like 80% are casuals and 20% are hardcore players who will understand what I say. But since 80% is still the majority, I decided to make this video and just like bring some light in the dark for you guys. But let's get finally into what is actually the difference between these two. So until recently, the terms of service were there. Yes, two Supercell terms of service. Nobody read them. We all know how it goes. You just click accept and you go. But they weren't really like Supercell didn't really follow up. Like they didn't really hardcore test. I mean, yeah, there were like some about I think a year ago now. There were some people who were getting negative gems because they had bought cheap gems, or there was people where it was obvious, or Supercell looked into their accounts where they did ban people for violating the terms of service. But for the most part, for the biggest amount of the players, the terms of service were um, really never relevant because you would never get in touch, okay? So what happened in the Champions War League? Everybody only cares about wars. Nobody cares about farming. So that's why a lot of people in the Champions War League decided, I'm going to stop farming. I want to move up a tunnel level or whatever. Need to max out my walls, but I don't want to farm, so I'm just going to use a farming bot. Which is something that I didn't do for the longest time, mostly because I didn't even know about it. But at some point, I actually also decided to do that, which is something I already explained to you guys. So, farming bots, this will maybe surprise you, but a large amount of people inside the Champions War League are using farm bots. Okay, um, everybody knows about it. Everybody talks about it. Not officially, of course. Like nobody's ever gonna officially admit to that, but it's true. Um, but that's something that is not at all a concern inside the Champions War League, and I'm gonna prove that a little bit later with actually a screenshot from the leading admin of the Champions War League. So farm bots is completely cool. Nobody cares about it. Account sharing, um, also same thing, completely cool. Nobody cares about it. Everybody does it. Every clan inside the Champions War League, there is players in the clan that share accounts. Okay, that's just something that I want to put out there for you more casual players to understand. Nobody cares. Sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes you just need the amount of accounts in war, like always 40 versus 40, whatever. Somebody can't do their attacks, or they want to give their attacks to a better player to increase the chance to win, so they share their login. Nobody cares. Like there has been times, like about I think a year ago, where I had I think about 25 logins to different accounts. 3 or 4 of those accounts were mine. The rest was all different accounts that I regularly used to like attack from. Obviously, that's in the past now, and it's also irrelevant. But that's something that within the Champions War League community is completely normal. Everybody knows about it. Nobody cares. It's all about achieving your results because everybody's doing it. Once again, nobody cares. So inside the Champions War League community, what is considered fair play violations? Everything that enhances your attacks. makes your attacks better. We all know about the programs that used to be around, like iMod, Xmod, whatever, um, the private servers. In case you ever use any of that stuff and you get caught, you get banned from the Champions War League, because that's just considered a fair play violation in that case. Now, yes, that also would be considered a fair play violation in the big circle here. But the point that I'm trying to make is that things that are obviously breaking the terms of service are not considered fair play violations inside the Champions War League. And that's also where like the problem lies, and that's why a lot of you guys misunderstood me when I said I never violated fair play. Obviously, I violated the terms of service. I mean, I publicly admitted to that, but I never ever, and I stand by that. And anybody who says different doesn't know and or is a hater. I never ever violated the Champions War League fair play. Never. Because, as mentioned in one of my past videos, I don't want to win like that. Like, I'm a competitive person. I don't want to. It's all about winning wars for me, yes, but on a fair playing field. In case you don't remember, in one of my past videos, I actually called out a clanmate of my own clan back when I was in War Wales, clanmate of my own clan, because I thought he was violating the Champions War League fair play, which actually ended up getting me kicked from the clan because I was working against the clan's leadership thought at that time. By the way, the clan's leadership got banned a little bit later, so I was right. But yeah, that's the point I'm trying to make. So when I say I always played by fair play standards, I meant Champions War League fair play standards. Yeah, Champions War League, not the supercell terms of service. Yes, I broke the terms of service. For the longest time, that wasn't a problem. And there's something else I want to address, okay? Because there's actually a third circle. And this one is even smaller, actually, than Champions War League. And this circle it's not in the Champions War League circle, but it's in the big circle. This is a pretty new one because it actually is Champions 1. And now we're of course talking about supercell CWL, okay? This is probably going to be pretty ugly, but whatever. Can I make that smaller actually? All of this smaller. Boom. Okay, cool. All right, so on we go. Champions 1. Now, I got a lot of comments saying, what bot did you use? Oh, that bot. Complete BS what you said. I also used that bot. I didn't get banned. All right, guys. Then you gotta ask yourself two things. One, were you playing in the Supercell CWL? Now I'm talking about the Clan War League, the stuff that recently got introduced, where I played in Marshall's Kiss. Were you playing in a Champions 1 clan, where a lot of clans got looked at, and especially famous clans like Marshall's Kiss, the clan that I'm playing for, got looked into? Were you in one of those clans and were you targeted? And I have to say, the answer to that is 100% no, you didn't. So all the people that commented, no, what you're saying can't be true because I'm also botting and I didn't get banned, or I know people that are botting and they didn't get banned. That is just complete nonsense. You can forget about that because in order to be able to compare that, like, oh, Maxwell says he got banned for botting. This guy, he's also botting, but he didn't get banned. In order to be able to compare those two, you would have to make sure that the guy who did not get banned for botting also got scanned by Supercell, and you cannot guarantee that. So that's why that argument is complete BS, and you can forget about that because I was in a clan that was targeted by the searches of Supercell because it is a shady clan. Yes, I know it's a clan that has been around for a long time, has been doing very well, has been beating a lot of people, has been having an arrogant attitude, which I find funny, which is also part of the reason why I played there. Shame on me for finding different stuff funny than a lot of other people. Shame on me for playing in a clan that beat up a lot of people. Fun fact about Marshall's Kiss, by the way, I said I was going to address this also. Marshall, in case you didn't know that, Marshall's Kiss won a live event with Supercell employees in the same room. This image that I shared, the one of the memes in my last video. I deleted the file, so it doesn't matter. But where I had this guy, the supercell guy, doing the dab or whatever, and all our bands on the other side. Fun fact: that was actually taken out of an actual picture where he is posing. I could share it, I guess, but it's whatever. Where he's posing next to all of Marshall's Kiss, who just won a live event. So Marshall's Kiss has won live events with Supercell employees in the same room, and they still beat everybody up. So it is clearly proven that, I mean, at least at that time, they were good enough to beat everybody in the competition without cheating, because it was impossible. They were in the same room with their devices with Supercell employees who were looking at what they were doing. All the people that you're suspecting. Hugo Stiglitz was there, Anonymous was there, everybody was there. Okay, so that this idea of, oh, Marshall's Kiss, they've been modding for so long, there's zero proof to that. Zero proof. And now all of you are saying, oh, finally Marshall's Kiss got banned. Yeah, the cheaters are down. But do you know the reasons for these ban decisions? No, you don't. The only thing you can see there is third party. It says third party. Sometimes it said account sharing, which is 31 days. Third party or 1.1 TOS, permanent ban. No further explanation. And the reason for that is Supercell doesn't care. For Supercell, using third-party software is using third-party software. Whether it's mod software, bot software, whatever, third party is third party. It violates TOS. It's not supposed to be in the game. You're banned. See ya. Which is fair. I can understand that. However, it brings a problem for players like me, who did violate the terms of service, never actually violated Champions 4 League War League Fairplay. And that's the point I'm trying to make. There's a difference. And I stand by what I said. I never violated Champions War League Fairplay. And about the players in Marshall's Kiss, 19 accounts banned, which is also what upset a lot of you guys. The cheaters got banned and now they are going to return. First of all, that video, the last video, wasn't all that serious. It was just meant to hype up my team, my clan, Marshall's Kiss, or whatever remained of that, because a lot of them had accounts banned, obviously. Now, can I certainly say that nobody of them violated CWL Fair Play? No, I can't. Obviously not. Nobody can. I don't know if anybody of them was getting banned for mod software, which is apparently still something that you can use inside the game. I don't know why anybody would, but yeah. I cannot say if anybody did that or not. From my impression from playing in the clan for 2 seasons and seeing the players tag, being on voice with them, I sincerely do not think that any one of them used anything to enhance their clan war attacks. So I do not think that any one of them broke Champions War League rules. Also, Marshall's Kiss is not a Champions War League banned clan, so that's why I could be in there, or I was able to be in there. A lot of them told me that they had been botting. A lot of them told me that they had been account sharing. So even with 19 accounts banned, you cannot certainly say that that was for using enhancements for clan war attacks, because once again, 2 of those accounts were my own accounts and I never ever used any of that stuff. So, and I got banned just the same with the same message, TOS 1.1 whatever. So there is no way of knowing. I don't know. I don't know if anybody in Marshall's Kiss used enhancements to improve their war attacks. Once again, my impression is no, they didn't. Of course, I cannot know. All I can tell you is that I never ever violated the Champions War League Fair Play, the terms of service, yes, but I always played fair in every single clan war I played in, because that's important to me. You can believe me or not. If you don't believe me, I don't care. Go somewhere else. Don't annoy me. But in case you just wanted another explanation, you are like true to the channel, you wanna support me. Now you know what I meant, and I hope I explained it a lot better for you casuals out there. Once again, not meant as an insult. It's just playing the game different. And I never really explained it about the 2 communities, I guess. A lot of you just knew that I was playing in these like top tier clans. And but yeah, now I've explained that. The decision about whether or not my ban for this Champions War League is gonna stand or not is being discussed at this point. It's not over. It's an ongoing investigation, so to speak, I guess. For the time, I am banned because the Champions War League had a rule whenever you got a ban from Supercell that was longer than 2 weeks, it would automatically resist in a Champions War League ban because that happened before to people that were shady, like that had attacks that looked like they were maybe enhanced. And so CWL just at some point made that rule. Now I am trying to help the CWL admins to make the correct decision. I, by the way, have another video planned. Already started working on that. It is about the Champions War League. I just don't quite know how I guess the final verdict on that video is going to be. That sort of has to do with how this decision is going to go and how the decision making in Champions War League is going to change or not, because I feel like there needs to be updates that need to be made. But we'll see on that. This video is going to come out on the channel probably within the next week. We'll see. I don't know. But yeah, that's all I'm trying to say for now. So once again, if you support me, thank you so much. I will, once again, I said this before, I will share all the details with you guys, tell you everything. I have nothing to hide. I have been upfront with this, and I'm going to continue to be. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching. If you couldn't tell, I'm still quite sick. Still, I want to finally record this video because I already wanted it to do a lot earlier, but I have been so sick over these last couple of days. Sorry about that, guys, but yeah, I'll be back with another video for sure. Until that time, I will see you all later. Peace out.